Welcome. Thank you for spending some of your time with us. My name is Tina Rosenquist, and this is Knowledge for Wellness. And this show is to better inform you, because when you know more, you are empowered to make better decisions for yourself and your loved ones for a better quality of life. And knowledge is power. And today we will be talking with Faye Gutierrez from Colorado on stone radiation hormesis. Welcome, Jay.
Thank you very, very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, I am so delighted that you could join us here on Knowledge for Wellness and to educate my viewers.
Sure.
And so this is your first time on Knowledge for Wellness, so
Yes.
I'd really like for you to tell my viewers about yourself and how you got into this whole business of the actual stone.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, it actually started out, I spent 20 years Air Force and Army doing helicopters.
Mm-hmm.
And a little over 25 years ago, we landed in northern Wyoming. I saw some green and blue stone on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I was attracted to it. I knew a lot about turquoise.
Sure.
But I figured I'd mine it out and I'd make some jewelry, put a few dollars in my pocket. You know? But I was really drawn to it. And so I started making jewelry after I got permission to go mine.
Mm-hmm.
And started making jewelry. Now, jewelry's a tough business. Everybody knows. Everybody wants everything for nothing. They'll give you nothing for everything.
Yes.
I gave away a lot, sold a lot, and suddenly I realized I started getting all these phone calls in with people getting better. Started out with arthritis, tumors getting smaller, all kinds of things. Now, I didn't believe in a lot of what a lot of people say would call woo-woo stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, I have a lot to learn. Well, what happened was I had to know with me, because I've been a helicopter mechanic all my life.
Yes.
Along with doing this, but I had to find out how things are working. I have to know the systems.
Mm-hmm.
And so I took the stone to the laboratories and I had them break it down into elements, spectroanalysis.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went through each element because something was going on. Went through each element and I found out its medical history, how it works with the world.
Oh.
And I came to the bottom and it said thorium.
Okay.
Now, thorium is a radioactive element, okay? Well, there's thorium in the ground everywhere we're at, okay? It's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't think too much about it, but then I took it to Rocky Flats Arsenal in Colorado, and that's where I'm from, is Colorado.
Yes.
And the military guys there told me, I said, yeah, Jay, this stuff is slightly radioactive.
Oh.
And then I thought, my goodness, I'm killing people. Because, you know, we're all conditioned. You hear radiation, you run the other way, and you don't even know why, because we're conditioned this way.
Well, exposure to radiation is supposed to be very harmful.
Right, but it's supposed to be. But see, we don't know unless you understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started to panic, I started doing research.
Okay.
And I found out we had a long history of using radiation to help people. It's called actually Radiation Hormesis.
Mm-hmm.
Hormesis is a Greek word which means to excite.
Okay.
And so what happened was I found out, like I said, we had a long history on this. We used to practice this in the United States in the 1910s, 20s, 30s, and 40s with great success. In fact, I have antiques here, which I'll go over with you, that are radioactive. And, but then again, we had Nagasaki, Hiroshima. Everybody became radiophobic. And then everybody says radiation, we're conditioned to stay away from it. Well, I found out just the opposite, that natural low-dose radiation, which they've never proven to be harmful to anybody, was actually, we were helping people. And it's been quite a journey, absolute journey. I can explain to you about if you research radiation hormesis, this is how they're going to tell you it works. They're going to say when the radiation goes to your body, it slightly stresses your cells and DNA, but your cells are in a constant state of duplication and repair.
Right.
They're good at it. It's like working out. When you're working out, you're damaging your cells and DNA. All right?
And then it grows.
You bet. So what happens is, they say by doing this, we were stimulating, activating people's immune systems. Okay. So, and I bought that. That'll work. I mean, it makes sense to me. In other words, that's why I could justify all these people getting better with all these ailments. And we work with mostly all degenerative diseases, from cancer to arthritis. Okay. And so we've, working through the years, I found out this. I worked with a lot of doctors. There are a lot of doctors, by the way, that are following us and work with us. Okay. And we do need our doctors.
You're actually working with medical doctors now that the statistics are showing improvement on numerous people.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
so they've come on board.
They follow our work. In fact, I've got some, at the very end here, I'm going to give you some great information that I'm very excited about, how we're helping these people.
Yes.
So anyway, after working so long with this, I found out that, and I'm going to give you two quick stories.
Okay.
I started working with these people with all these problems, and I got a phone call one day. It was a room full of women, and they were all crying. And I was like, uh-oh, what have I done now? You know? Well, they had a woman there, she had aspergillus. Okay, I don't know if you know what that is. That's fungus in the body, straight up fungus in the body, okay? Anyway, she'd been bedridden for 17 years. She was on morphine. She was in so much pain, morphine wouldn't take it away. She was on oxygen 24 hours a day.
Okay.
Her doctor of 20 years said, I'm sorry, this is as good as it gets.
Oh, no.
So what happened was, I guess she'd started to go into a grand mal seizure. And one of her caregivers, someone had dropped by one of our stones at her house, because everybody has a table beside their bed, you know, everybody's bringing by something to get you better. Grabbed one of these stones and put it behind the base of her neck when she's going into this grand mal seizure.
Okay.
Well, it stopped it immediately. She wasn't lethargic or anything. So they figured that they'd witnessed a miracle, and more or less, yes, they had. Okay. So they called me up. Well, what happened was I found out her condition and started working with her and put her on what we have as a kit, and I'll go over that. Started working with her, and in 30 days, she was back in her doctor's office. He walked in to give her a physical. She's standing there. She's not on oxygen, not on pain pills, puts out her hand and says, hi, doc, how you doing? Well, she didn't get her physical. He just stood there with his mouth open for 20 minutes. In fact, he and his wife are on the stones now.
Oh, okay.
So, and in fact, she's spoken at a couple of our presentations. My wife and I travel around the United States and talk to people, and she's actually spoke to people in Arizona.
Okay.
Well, so we knew there was knocking fungus out of people. We could see that.
Yeah. She was living proof, as they say.
Absolutely. Well, then I had a naturopathic doctor out of Pennsylvania call me up. They'd brought a woman there. She had breast cancer. I'll never forget, she said it was the size of your palm, twice as thick, it was seeping, and it smelled. Okay? She, the hospital had already sent her home to die.
No.
Her church had gotten a hold of this naturopath and wanted to see if they could help her. So she was going to use an escharotic on her. An escharotic is a black salve. Some people know it as, it's a mixture of zinc chloride and bloodroot. It draws cancer out of the body. Long history on it. Very painful. In fact, you end up even scraping cancer out. I've seen people lose half their face to it. Well, what happens is she didn't think that this woman was, she thought she was too mentally fragile to take this kind of pain.
Okay.
So when she was talking to me, though, she said, remember, it was seeping and it smelled. If you can smell it, it's a fungus. I don't care what anybody says. If you can smell it, it's a fungus. Now, we knew that we already, and we'd been working with many people, but we knew that already that the low-dose radiation, natural radiation, okay, and there's a difference from that than what you get into a doctor's office.
Sure.
It's opposite. Well, we knew we were knocking out fungus. When they told me it smelled, I sent her a hot stone. And when I say a hot stone, I mean something that's a little more radioactive.
Okay.
We sent it out to her and put it right on the tumor. 24 hours later, it started healing over, stopped seeping, and in 2 weeks, her tumor was gone. Doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen a lot. Well, I remember I was walking into the helicopter hangar in the morning, because I did this along with helicopters at the time.
Sure.
And all of a sudden, it's like a bolt of lightning hit me, and I realized what they research, and if you research, they say that, you know, we were slightly damaging the cells and stressing the cells and DNA in the body. Okay, and they were repairing and duplicating themselves. Well, guess what? It's doing the exact same thing. There's no way it can't be to the cells of the fungus in your body.
Okay.
Except the fungus can't repair itself as fast as the human cell can efficiently. So remember what fungus does in your body. This is important. It eats dead tissue, and it excretes mycotoxins, which is poison, which kills other cells around it, which actually creates more food for itself. Okay. So ever since then, we've been working with people, like I say, with degenerative diseases, understanding that principle. Okay, and then it gets even deeper. So what we found out over time using with radiation. Now, first of all, we mine our own stones.
Okay.
We go into the mines. I usually bring a few of the young men with me. We go way deep in the mines. That's quite a story in itself.
Okay.
We've had time sometime, we'll go over that. And we mine our own stone, bring it out, and we bring it to our shops. And we cut it up, we measure it out. We know which levels of radiation are working with people, so they won't get, nothing that comes out of our shop will ever hurt anybody. and we don't want to put anything out there that would overwhelm anybody. All right. So, like I said, we've been doing this for a while now, working with doctors from all over the world, from Africa to Korea. Okay. Like I said, we have a long history on this, and that's more or less what we do.
So this is actually called Nighthawk Minerals.
Yes. Now, I'm a medicine man.
Okay.
The real thing. So we're totally legal. As long as I'm using stones, plants, and feathers, okay? I'm covered under NAFERA, which is the Native American Free Exercise of Religion Act. Okay. Okay, so a congressional act in 1993. All right, there's a federal judge who's a medicine man. I'll tell you the same thing, they can't touch me. Okay. All right. Now, doctors, on the other hand, have to stay in their protocols, their box, as they say. Yes. Okay. But many of them that know what we're doing, see, we need doctors. Yes. I need to know when I'm working with someone, let's say, who has cancer. We talk about cancer a lot. Okay. I want to know PSA numbers, CA-125 numbers, tumor sizes, blood markers, red blood cell count, white blood cell. That's important information for us. Okay. So what we've done over the years is we've been able to mine stone and put them together in kits and work with the people to get them better. Okay. In fact, we even have wellness instructors that we've trained to work with people. We don't even charge for that. Right. Okay. So. Wow.
So what is the procedure or standard procedure that someone would come to Nighthawk Minerals, and what type of help would you give them?
Okay, let's take a scenario, if you will. Here, you call up Nighthawk Minerals. Okay, and you said, okay, well, I have liver cancer.
All right.
Well, what we're going to do is go ahead and we put a kit together, and I'll show you. By the way, this is a radiation detector. Okay. All right. These are very accurate, very expensive. In fact, this is uranium ore, like we mine. Right? That's hot. Okay. So what we do is we put these kits together, and in these kits, now these are tools. Okay, we consider them tools for our wellness instructors to work with people. Sure. All right. Inside them is information and instructions. Okay. But inside here we have several items. Okay. Number one is a mud pack. Okay. Now when we cut these stones, we use diamond blades and water. And when we cut them, we save the water in the mud. Then we put them in vats. Okay. And we check the levels of radiation. Then we can either raise it up or bring it down, depending on how we need to get it into the levels we're setting out. So we understand the levels that are working with people that will not overwhelm them. Okay. And that's an important part of what my wellness instructors are looking for. They want to look to see your acclimation to radiation, because our bodies are starving for radiation. You wouldn't have life without radiation. Yes. Okay. They're looking also for die-off. Some people that have too high of candida, which is yeast in the body, okay, and they have too much die-off too quick, it can overwhelm them, like the flu. So they monitor people on how much time they can use the stones. Okay. All right. So, and everybody's different. Now, one of the items we have in the kit. By the way, this material has a half-life of 250,000 years. Oh, okay. It's not going to run out. No. What we do is we go ahead, we measure these out so they measure a very low amount of radiation per hour. Okay. They have to fall within a certain range that we've found effective. So what will happen is in the kit, we'll use these for different areas. I like people to put it in the back. Actually, the kit was made to get people systemically. All right? In other words, I spent several years trying to, like, let's take cancer. We'd go ahead and we'd take care of someone with cancer here, and end up over here, or end up over here, so we ended up chasing it. Okay. So we put a kit together so we didn't have to chase it anymore. So we've used these mud packs for many things. We'll put them on, like, knees to fix a knee, or rotor cuffs, just to get in the general areas. Wherever the problem is, the wellness instructor will teach you where to place these and how long to use them on you. Okay. Incredible stuff. Before we go on to the rest of the kit, I want to tell you, with the radiation hormesis, not only have we found out that it's been able to take care of the fungus, but it's getting the body, with stimulating activating the immune system, to rejuvenate soft cell tissue. Okay. In other words, I had a woman call me up one time, this was years ago, had her daughter. She had 3 discs blow out in her back and had a 4th one explode, she tells me. Okay. They put her in a body cast, and what happened is, and they were going to wait 30 days, look where the inflammation was, then they're going to do surgery on her and put a rod up her spine. Okay? Okay. It always makes everybody dizzy. That's fact. So what the mother did, she called me up and we put 2 of these mud packs down the back of her cast. Okay. They waited 30 days, took off the cast. Of course, the doctor, when he opens it up, he takes these mud packs and says, "What's this?" She goes, "Well, it helps him with my pain." He said, "Okay." They x-rayed her back. All of her discs were healing back over. They sent her to rehab. Never had a surgery.
Oh, love it.
Same thing with, like we have a man he lives in Kansas, but comes to Colorado. He had macular degeneration, legally blind. Okay, actually works with a state representative in Colorado, in the Capitol in Denver when he has a chance, and they brought him down to see me. He's legally blind. In fact, they even hired someone to carry his arm down the hallways of the Capitol. Well, we started working with him for 30 days, and he was skeptical. A real cowboy too, by the way.
Okay.
He's very skeptical. And they said he'd already had macular degeneration and already had a couple operations on his eyes and was legally blind. Well, we started working with him. 30 days later, he was able to be able to read again, and now he's driving again. What we're doing with radiation hormesis is we're stopping the deterioration of soft cell tissue by getting rid of the fungus, okay, and then we're helping the body rejuvenate quicker, rejuvenate soft cell tissues like arthritis. You have chemical poisons in your body deteriorating the soft cell tissue. If we can stop that, okay, then we're going to go ahead and rejuvenate soft cell tissue. So
that one you were mentioning goes on your back.
On your back, or wherever the wellness instructor would tell you to put it.
Okay, and those who have arthritis, I understand you have smaller packs that they would put within their finger or
we
where
have
that.
many things that we make, even for eye kits, ear stones, mouth stones. We've done many things over the years. We've worked with people that we see work. See, we won't do anything unless we know it works and can explain it.
Right.
In other words, I can't go in front of your doctor unless I know what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
All right. So, but
and there is science behind all of this as
absolutely.
well.
Everything we do is backed up by history. I've got loads of antiques. Our history is loaded with stories behind this. In fact, this isn't new. We're the only ones in the country doing this, but this is far from new. Lots of history on it. There's a lot of science on it. We have present-day case history that's just got their heads turning. But anyway, in the kit also we put in a necklace, a pendant. All right, and what that is those were originally made for women with breast cancer.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But they started working with people with lung cancer, all kinds of problems in this area. So we made it part of the kit.
Yes.
Also in the kit is a water stone, okay? And the water stone, what happens is we have people put this in water. Radiation is an energy, okay?
So we would put this in a bath?
In a gallon of water to drink.
Oh, to drink it too.
Yes.
Okay.
What happens is radiation, like I say, is an energy. Everything is built off of frequencies. Everything is frequencies. The stones are imprinting frequencies into the water, which is structuring the water, putting the right kind of vibrations into your body. And we can see with animals, we work with a lot of animals, and you can see with plants, the effects of it are just incredible. But they're all understandable in structuring water. Also in the kit, we put in these semi-precious gemstones we mine.
Okay.
Chrysocolla, turquoise, malachite, and silver.
Okay.
They have thorium in them. They're very slightly radioactive, but because they are a copper stone and held together with quartz, they put out electricity. When they heat up, they put out more. We found out more people have been helped with that. That's my insurance policy. That's my hero.
Okay. Now, is this something that someone would also put in their pocket?
Absolutely. The more we can have people have contact with the stones, the better. And like I say, the wellness instructor will help you with that. And then also, but separate from the kit, now, like I say, the kit is has a half-life of 250,000 years. Okay. The only thing we sell, there's a few other items, but the other thing we sell separate from the kit is we have a stone that's a little more higher in radiation.
Okay.
And they have a number on them. We use those to target tissues. Okay, let's say like a brain tumor. Or whatever we're going after. We want to target that area. But the important thing that we've been finding out is that when we had people with the right minerals in their body, the minerals, okay, which our wellness instructors will help people with, okay, you have the right minerals, they're like tuning forks in your body. When you have the right frequencies coming in, which is natural radiation from the earth, and because everybody's trying to find the right frequencies, God already provided it. Right frequencies coming into the right minerals, they vibrate. You have life. Okay. You have not the right frequencies, you don't have life. If you don't have the right minerals, you don't have the tuning forks, you don't have life. So we found out when we did these things, with the right minerals and the right frequencies and placing the stones, people were getting better from all kinds of degenerative diseases. But the ones that were not getting over that plateau that we needed them to get to, most people get better. For the few that were not, we're trying to understand why. And we found out that over 85% of them, working with medical doctors now, okay, and nuclear physicists and you name it, we found out that over 85% of these people's problem were parasitic. In fact, that's a lot of reasons that we come up to this area, and to a lot of different states because of the parasitic activity.
Okay.
Remember, most people say that, let's say cancer. Cancer, they say, is candida, or yeast in the body. You're supposed to have yeast in your body. What happens when you pass away, that's what decays your organs when you pass away. So when you're feeling sick and everybody says you have a high level of candida and they can bring it down, fine. But why did you have that overgrowth of candida in the first place? Okay, it's because something's damaging tissue. The candida is doing its job. So we found out that when we could take care of the parasitic, have them tested with stool samples through our own medical doctors, which our wellness instructors can get you in contact with. Once you take care of the parasitic activity, took care of the minerals, got the right frequencies in and placing the stones, our success rate, I haven't seen a modality out there can even come close.
Oh.
So what we've been doing for years, my wife and I now, we travel around the country, and you can find out where we're at on our website.
Sure.
Where we're going to be, and we talk and work with people all over. And most of the people we work with is over the phone.
Okay.
And we can do that. But it's been an incredible journey, and it's just something we have to do. So.
Well, we see the passion in it because you've helped so many people and giving back their quality of life. And this is rewarding in itself to see your statistics on all of the people that you've helped as well. And to work well with also medical doctors.
You know, it's like right now, and I'm so excited about this. Our medical director, one of the bigger doctors in the Denver area, he's been working with us for years now, following what we do. Right? And there are good doctors out there that aren't afraid to look outside the box. Okay.
Yes.
This man's leaving mainstream medical to do the testing, the parasite testing, and keep the parasitic remedies or cleanses to these people affordable. Most of the people we work with around the United States, they have financially are having a hard time. So we're trying to find the best quality things that can work for them and the right people, and the quality has to be there. So we're using our own doctors to test these people now with the right cleanses that are not going to take all their money, and working with the Radiation Hormesis, getting their systems up, monitoring how they're doing with their testing, and we're winning.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I'm very interested in learning about, you say, your wellness centers that you talk to, and is that the only way that you can actually get the actual stones then through them?
Yeah, what you have to do is you go ahead and you can get on our website, which is www.nighthawkminerals.com, or you can even call one of the wellness instructors.
Sure.
And we always want someone to keep up with a wellness instructor, and they will help guide you. It does not cost to talk to these people. They do this because that's what they do. We help people.
Right. And so they go through the wellness facilities, and then they will go ahead and distribute your actual stones.
No, what happens is, let's say, like I say, if you had liver cancer, but you live several states away, all right? So we help all these people. So you call a wellness instructor.
Okay.
Right? What they're going to do is they're going to find out what you say you have, find a lot of information about you. They're going to understand what kind of a kit and what kind of a stone they're going to have to send you, get it with you. Once you get it, you call them up. They're going to have you do certain things. They're going to watch for acclimation. They're going to watch for die-off. They're going to follow you through if you say you get a doctor's report with any numbers or a tumor site, whatever we're dealing with, MS, Lyme, Crohn's, doesn't matter. And then we'll be able to adjust up from there. Also with that, when we're getting your immune system good, well, like we want to tune it up, but we can't seem to get the levels of candida all the way down where we need to get them to get you better. Then we'll also set you up with our doctors, but they don't work, they're separate, but with medical doctors that will do a parasite test for you.
Okay.
The great thing about this, I'll give you an example. We had a lady who had leukemia, one of our locals. We live in a small town in Colorado in the middle of nowhere. She comes in, she has leukemia, and a large liver and large spleen. Okay. So, but they tell her they're going to put her on chemotherapy right away. I can tell you story upon story. Well, she's not going to do it. Well, she comes to us, we put her on radiation hormesis and our protocols we work with using magnesium chloride, which our wellness instructors will go over with you, and just very few other things. Got her to a point to where she was getting great, feeling good, but we couldn't quite get her numbers in. Had her parasite tested, she had roundworms. The symptoms of that are an enlarged spleen, enlarged liver, right? And that's what was making her blood markers go up and down. All right, and we couldn't get the candida all the way down until we took care of the parasitic activity. Took care of that. She's doing great now. In fact, she keeps bringing other people in. So, but it all makes sense very clear, very simple. My people are good, and it's affordable, and the quality's there because it's about the people. It's
about their health and well-being.
You bet.
Yeah.
You bet.
So let's say someone's interested in obtaining one of your actual stones.
Yes.
So what is the cost for something like this?
A cost for a kit is $310.
Okay.
All right. The other stones separate. They vary on prices. It depends what we're dealing with. Let's say we're working with the hearing.
Okay.
We'll make stones for the ears. Okay, that we know how it works, and we won't do it unless we know it works.
Sure.
So, but you'll call a wellness instructor, and their number is 888-563-8389. Get with them. Tell them what you're going through. They will set you up with a kit. Whatever other tools you're going to need. It's like a first aid kit that has no expiration date. Okay? Always have these tools. Use them for the rest of your life. Use them from everything from spider bites to burns. You have those tools. You call a wellness instructor. They'll help you. They won't charge you for that.
Yeah.
So, we've been doing this for years. And you know, and as I was saying with people, as a business model, this should not exist. But we're not in charge here, okay?
Yeah.
We're still going after all these years and still helping people and still seeing these miracles, but they're all explainable. And by the way, the one thing I like about the parasite testing, we put people on radiation hormesis, and we work with their body and their diets a small bit, and a person's sick, let's say with leukemia, like we were talking about, she gets a report back that says she has roundworms, and I can show her where that causes, let's say, an enlarged liver and spleen. Suddenly she knows what's wrong.
Oh, okay.
She knows what's wrong with her body without being confused. When you know what's going on, you're in control. And when you're in control, the fear goes away.
Yeah.
And then it's not based on fear anymore.
Yeah.
So, but
good to know.
basically.
Well, we're running out of time, but I wanted to let you interject anything specific that you want to throw out to my viewers real quick.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
You know, we've been going around for quite some time now, and we know what we're doing. We're completely legal. If you've got a health problem, any kind of degenerative disease, go to our website at nighthawkminerals.com or call a wellness instructor at 888-563-8389 and let them help you. There's people out there that will help you and not rob you, okay? They're there to help you. That's what we do. That's our mission. That's our journey.
Yeah. Well, great. It has been a pleasure having you on and educating my viewers about this. So
thank you so much, and blessings to you.
Thank you so much. And I hope we have provided you with more information to benefit you and your loved ones. So until next time, be well and goodbye. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Faye Gutierrez. I thought we would take a little time and go over a few things that you did see. Since the show that we did there, we've always been going forward. We put together that protocol, the 3 Divine Protocol, which is frequencies, which is the stones, minerals, which we use through our people support in Alabama through Water Divine. It makes sense, and we're getting results, and it's working. One thing I like I say, is the support we're getting from our people. When you work with our stones, with Radiation Hormesis, you're hooked up with a wellness instructor, and they're going to help put things in a sequence for you and help watch your body's responses. When we have certain people with certain different health problems going on, we've always asked for suggestions from our mineral people. They've been able to help us out working different minerals they work with incredibly well. I mean, we're very fortunate. When you're talking with minerals, let me give you a quick synopsis of how you can envision this, okay? So you can visualize to see what's really happening with the body. If you take minerals and you put them underneath a microscope, they look like shards of glass, okay? So if you bring in the wrong frequencies, they're going to shatter. It'll destroy them. You bring in the wrong frequencies, they may not even vibrate. You bring in the right frequencies, which we found to be working with the natural stones from the radiation, you have vibration, you have life. The only thing that's going to stop that is some other entity. All right. A lot of times when we get patients on the phone and they're going over their symptoms of what's going on with them, how they're feeling, tired, many things like that. What we're finding out is some of those things are directly linked to mineral deficiencies. So you have one main problem here, but you got to look at others. So the minerals are actually very key, and they have to be angstrom size. Okay. Most of the minerals that people are taking out there in the public or in capsules or whatnot, but they're too big for the cell to accept. The cell can only accept something as large as 4 angstrom. Angstrom is a unit of measure. It's 10,000 times smaller than a micron. Okay, so when we have the right minerals, bringing in the right for the body, we have the right frequencies, we're going to have life. Also, we have the support from Dr. D'Angelo and his wife, Nancy. The support they've been giving through our clients on parasite identification and the remedies for them have been very detrimental. See, because you got to understand, like I said before, you cannot get those levels of candida or yeast or cancer, whatever they want to call it. You can't get them under control or down until you stop what's damaging the tissue. That's why it's so important with Dr. D'Angelo. So like I say, with the support from our people, if you need help, give a call. If you have questions, we'll answer. Like I say, we worked with just about every degenerative disease you can think of and been very successful. We're a very small group, but we're just going to keep pushing forward. And like I say, we'll be there for you if you need some help. And God bless.
I'm Dr. Raphael D'Angelo, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about how I met Jay, what Radiation Hormesis has done for me and my patients, and then how parasitology fits into the picture. In 2006, in my own practice, Jay walked in one day with his satchel of rocks and a stack of testimonials and completely overwhelmed me with the information about what radiation hormesis does to the human body. I'd never heard of such a thing, and in fact, I told Jay at the time, the best radiation is no radiation from what I know. And he just laughed and he said, I have a lot to learn, and I sure did. Well, I did my studies on radiation hormesis, and I was very much impressed with the literature that is out there, not just from the United States, but many other countries that have used it. So at the time of our first meeting, I took a stone home and I placed it on my right shoulder because it was giving me a lot of pain from a partially torn rotator cuff. And to make a very long story short, in 3 months that was healed and it was painless and I had full range of motion. But during that time that I was using it, I was also providing it to patients of mine. I can think of a specific patient who was 88 years old and he had prostate cancer that was determined from a biopsy. And he was also determined he was not going to use any other treatment other than natural means. And we were able to get his prostate-specific antigen blood test down from 11.5, which is very, very high, to 6.5 in just 8 weeks of using one of the stones in the area where the prostate is. I was very impressed, and so was he. And since that time, many of my patients that have cancers and other chronic diseases and pain, arthritic pain, things of that nature, have used it with great success. I myself also healed a tumor of the palm of my right hand, and 2 times I've cleared up basal cell cancers of the skin on myself with using the stones over those areas. So I'm very impressed with its track record, and I think it's very important for you to consider using radiation hormesis not just to clear up a condition, but it's also very important to use it in prevention. This is a modality that has a great success in giving the body extra energy, and the immune system is one of the most energy-using organ systems in the body, so it's very helpful for keeping the immune system boosted. So let's talk just for a minute about the energy coming in through the stone and how does it then get to the cells? Well, this is where I think of minerals. You see, in a copper wire, you have a solid a collection of the mineral copper, and the copper is conducting the electron energy through that wire to, let's say, light up a light bulb. Well, in the human body, we don't have hard wiring, we have liquid wiring. And the minerals that are present in the liquid are actually conducting the electron energy from the radiation to the cells to do the work. So if our minerals are low, we're low in energy. And if our minerals are plentiful, then we conduct the energy to all the cells, and they then also have a vibrant energy. So minerals are very important and very much a part of the program where we have radiation hormesis and minerals in the body. Now, I want to talk a little bit about parasitology, and that is the study of human parasites and how that interfaces with the radiation hormesis program. It turned out that as we worked with patients with significant cancer loads, that they would get better, their energy levels would increase, but then they would plateau. And in the process of plateauing, we were trying to figure out what is it that is holding back the continued recovery. And it turned out that parasites are very much a part of these immune dysfunction conditions such as cancer. And therefore, they get tied up. These immune cells get tied up trying to fight parasites, which, by the way, the immune system is very ineffective in fighting most parasites. And so by identifying and getting rid of the parasites, we were then able to free up the immune system to go about doing its job. And this seemed to then break loose from the plateau aspect, and patients are able to go get healed much more quickly and thoroughly. So that's where we find that the parasite part of the program, which is very, very important to identify and treat, frees up the immune system. The immune system can do its better job for us. So that's a very important part of the program of radiation hormesis, the mineral program, and the parasite program. Let me explain how to take advantage of a parasite examination. My company is called Para-Wellness Research, and that is a private company. And you become a research associate just by signing a little request to be one. And then I send you a kit. In the kit are 2 vials. They have preservatives. One is for a urine sample, and the other one is for a stool sample. When you've collected these, you send them back to me, and I perform various tests on these samples, most of which are going to wind up under the microscope, and I will spend whatever time I need to on your samples to be sure of what parasites might be there. Once we know what the parasite load is, then I can report that back to you, and we're then able to design a program to get rid of the parasites specifically. This program will be using natural means. That's the way I would like and prefer to treat. And of interest to you, we also use the moon cycles. It turns out that parasites being considerably having a lot of water content, as the moon becomes full, there's a pull on the water, the parasites become irritable, and that's the best time to hit parasites with remedies that are going to get rid of them. So we use 3 moon cycles in our treatment program. During that time, I'm available by phone and can answer questions and make sure and help guide you to a complete resolution of the problem. So, in summary, you have radiation hormesis, which provides the frequencies and the power to make the changes that the body needs to make. You have the minerals carrying that to the target tissues that need it. And then you free up the immune system by identifying and removing the parasites. So this program is a complete package, if you will. And I'm, at this point, more than happy to answer any questions from the medical standpoint, parasitic standpoint. Thank you very much.